This week in the workshop, we're bringing back the adjustable rafter squares. We stopped making these last year because they were so labour intensive that we struggled to make them pay. Now though, with the new faster machine up and running, we decided to revisit them. It's a lot of loading, unloading, checking and deburring, but the process of engraving and machining the anti-wear features, something that as far as I'm aware only we do, now takes less time than it once did. We sometimes receive comments about the price of some of our tools. I've mentioned it before, but the cost of the raw materials alone is more than you can pay for a mass-produced square on Amazon. But that's like comparing pleather with leather, apples and oranges, an F-type with a Fiat Cinquecento, or homemade bread with a supermarket loaf. You get the idea. So I decided to put Matt in front of the camera to explain a little bit more about what we do to manufacture one part of the rafter squares.
The next step's engraving, which nobody else really does. So a couple of other things that we do to this tool that's a bit extra special is chamfers. You can also see now on here there's two pockets. That's where the ruler goes, and that's recessed to prevent wear on heavy use. Sometimes we have variations in stock, so that's looking pretty good. The stock, the RSA stock,
Yeah.
most of it is pretty good, but there's some of the actual scratches on it. That's an example of some of the bad stock. So this has got a scratch on it clearly, so obviously we can't use this, otherwise you'll see that on the part. So that's not too bad. You can see a little mark there, but we can buff that out. So I'm looking for anything that's bad, that's got any scratches or any marks that we can't buff out. Yeah, so I check every single piece of stock for flatness.
We got the prototype parts back from the anodizing and now wanted to review the lasered marks and scales. It's always a difficult task because the skill level of the end user will always vary, as will their expectations. So we tried to get the balance just right. Where we've got all these numbers at the moment.
Yep.
For example, what does 44 refer to? Because it's not 44 millimeters from there to there.
No.
And is it 44 millimeters from the inside of that fence to the outside of that bit, the inside of that?
No, that will be 44 mil from the inside of the fence to the actual notch.
Ah, okay, right. So that notch there is 44 mil from the inside of the fence. That one's 47 from the inside of the fence.
That's correct.
And that is correct.
I don't know why I said like that. That 45 is 45 millimeters from this edge to this bottom edge.
And so that's 35. And then we've got the little cutaways there so that you can see the pencil line.
Yeah.
And then that's up to user discretion, I guess, isn't it, to compensate for the thickness of the lead.
Yeah.
We could probably do with making those a little bit bigger. Make it obvious that that's what they are.
Yeah.
Maybe what we should do to make it simpler for people is we will do an instruction manual for it, but also if you want to do a video explaining what each of those marks are, because a lot of people just rather see it on an instruction video on YouTube. I think that might be a good way of doing it. Just because straight out of the box, most of the time when I get an instruction manual, I'll just throw it away.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch a video showing how to do it. So some people do like to read the manual though, so if we do a manual for it anyway, because we do get quite a lot of emails from people saying, in comments saying, is there a manual? So I want to use every single feature that they've got. And seeing as we put in more features on this, then it might get quite confusing. How do you fancy doing a video?
Yeah, we could do that.
Are those sides there, are they used for anything? Are they a particular measurement? Because they're not the same as that one.
Yeah, everything's a particular measurement. So those are 35 and 45.
Off of the fence here?
Off of the fence.
So that 45 refers to that one there?
Yeah, it's complicated, isn't it? Because that 45 is this dimension here to that ruler.
Yeah, okay. So I would maybe put the 45 in there and have a line. Oh, we're trying to put a lot on there, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we don't want to cut things out because it seems to be that everybody wants more and more features in the squares. But what we've got to do is make it clear what they are. And some of it's obvious, like the rulers, that makes sense. Obviously the angles, common, rafter, hips and all that sort of stuff, hip and valley, that makes sense. But there are a few, especially the scribe notches, I think they're something that we need to, and the stud offs, that's something that we just need to put into a little, make it a little bit clearer.
This ruler doesn't go all the way up to the edge because of the fence. So if you wanted to mark in, say, 20mm from here, you can struggle. If you move the fence out of the way, you can put that up and then make your mark.
So we're basically saying that when we put the little recesses in, the numbers that are lasered inside the recess refer to the stud off. After that, it's back to work lasering and assembling the combi gauges ready to ship to a new retailer.